talking about Donald Trump and Elon and Diddy and whatever for the longest time. Let's just go old school and just dip into random talk and let's just see what we can work with here. Sorry, I'm trying to put my shoe on. I'm in the car. I have about like 20 minutes or so before my battery dies, so let's get going. All right, random talk. Uh, I think I've been still been thinking about what I was talking about earlier. Um, if you guys didn't see my other live stream I did earlier, because I literally just found out about the story, and I found it really interesting. And if you guys have not seen it, it's about this police station evidence locker place that is in Houston, Texas, and they're having a huge, I guess, rat problem. Rats are eating all the evidence, and just the kind of evidence a police evidence facility would hold. Um, it's a lot of like it's like substances. That's basically it. The guy basically said they have 400 pounds of the MJ. Think about this, okay? This police station in Houston, Texas has 400 pounds of the sticky icky, right? And rats are eating it. 400 pounds. And I'm telling you, okay, this would make a great movie. You know how they like to make movies in sets now? You know how like every movie is like they're trying to queue up. Every movie now wants they want to be world building, right? Because that if you watch the first one, you're gonna watch the next one, you're gonna watch the next one, and then you're going to get like a whole theme park and you sell merch and it's gonna be great. Okay, I got it. This is gonna be the new series that they need to work on. They already have the first one done already, so it's set. They already have White Powder Bear. You know what I'm talking about? Was this came out like two years ago? Um, Sniffy Bear in the woods. Where, if you guys know the plot of the story, a smuggler plane was flying over a forest, and they lost their cargo, and it goes into the forest, and a bear finds it, and he gets hooked, and all he could think about is getting more white powder, and he goes on a rampage. They already have that movie, right? Then, earlier, was it this year, we had that news story with that raccoon with the pipe, right? See where I'm going with this? They have a movie set that they could do right now. They already made the first one. Just keep it rolling. Second one, raccoon, pipe raccoon, where he gets a hit of the crystal, and he needs to get more, and literally they need to fall. You know what I mean? That's the second one. The next one is about this Houston police station story where this Houston police station has 400 pounds of green leaves and the rats are eating them and now they're hooked and they cannot you cannot make up these stories. The rats are hooked and they want to get back. They said that they exterminated and put traps out and everything, and the rats keep coming back into this storage facility. And even in the presser, they had a scientist guy come up, and literally his excuse was, I don't know, drugs are tasty. Like, you cannot make up. So there you go, a trilogy right away. The bear, a raccoon, and rats. And then, from there, sky's the limit. Right? You already got 3 movies in, sky's the limit. You know what I mean? You got the bear one, you got a raccoon, you got rats. You start selling merch. You start doing spin-offs. You just built a whole empire. Uh, so that's about the rat story that I was talking about earlier. Very interesting. The other thing I took away from that presser, though, is that the police chief was saying, and the mayor, they were saying that they are storing evidence for like 20 plus years. Like, that is crazy. He said that they have evidence for crimes that have already been dismissed, or the guy went to jail and already has gone out, and they're still holding the evidence in a locker room somewhere. And supposedly they're not supposed to get rid of it, or it's very expensive for them to get rid of it, so they just keep it there. So what I'm wondering now, after hearing the story about this evidence, right? How much of that goes missing all the time? Because as I'm thinking through it more, like, they're saying that rats are so addicted, they keep coming back and taking the evidence, and they in this article I read, they said that they have 3,600 cases that could be affected by these rats. And I was thinking to myself more like, how much of that is actually someone from the evidence locker room taking something, and they're just saying rats ate it? You know what I mean? How convenient is this? They're saying that rats are eating all the evidence. The guy said, later on I'll link to the old presser. This was earlier this year. He said that they have 2,000 bicycles. 2,000 bicycles in this evidence storage facility. That's crazy. He said they had drugs from the 90s. He's like, we have stuff from the 90s that's still in the locker. Guys that went away to prison and came out and living their lives, and they still have the evidence in the locker room for it. And they're saying that they can't get rid of it. I think they're trying to pass laws right now in Houston or whatever for them to get rid of any evidence that's no longer part of an active case or has been dismissed or whatnot. But I just find it interesting that that's just one city, and then you think about all the other places that do that too. That's a lot. That's a lot of substances just sitting in there. Let's see. But that's that. Okay. What else is going on in the world? Before I jumped on here, I saw that, what's his name? The Alvarado guy? the guy the father, the guy from Maryland, whatever, that was deported to Maryland, deported to El Salvador. He's back in the United States, but he's not like back in a good thing. I think he's back for trial now. I can already see where this is going. They're most likely, what's going on is maybe they're fed up with all these protesters and stuff, saying that everyone just sent them away without due process. I think they're just gonna come back, and they're just gonna make a quick trial, and then boot them out again. I'm pretty sure that's the plan, because it's kind of weird for them to bring them back just to have trial. I don't know. Did you guys see that story or not? What else is popping up? The sheriff, the Arkansas sheriff that has been hiding in the woods, he finally got caught. I know this was an issue that a lot of people had because people felt like, since he was a former sheriff, people thought that the police were helping him evade, because he was out in the woods for a very long time. But they finally got him. So that was interesting. Let's see, what else? A quick touch on the Elon thing. I know the big bomb that went out yesterday that everyone's talking about is that Elon said that, oh, the reason why the Epstein files uh, hasn't been released is because Trump's in them. But here's my thing about that comment is that I thought it was like common fact, or I'm sorry, not fact. I don't want to say fact. Don't get me in trouble. I thought it was common knowledge, or allegedly, people were already assumed Trump was on in the files because they're like, they're buddies. It's kind of, I don't know. So that's what I feel about that. Where I'm kind of like, I know it's a big punch. Like once you throw that out there, you can't take it back, right? And that's why I don't feel like they're gonna be friends anymore. But we already knew, or it was a joke already that people were saying that Trump was involved with Epstein. So I don't know. I didn't really see that it was that big of like a shocker. At least to me, I didn't feel like it was that big of a shocker because we knew that they were buddies, right? So I mean, I guess that. Uh, so I don't know. That's what I think about that. Let's see. Oh, but I do find what's interesting though is Trump is now saying that he's gonna sell those Teslars that he's got from Elon. Very interesting move. I'm telling you, it was just bad. Some people are actually thinking this whole spat Elon v Trump is coordinated. That's what some people are thinking. Some people are saying that maybe it's coordinated so to get Elon back into the good graces of the left side, so they can sell more Teslas. And but I don't know. It seems like they're getting into interesting territory where it doesn't help Elon at all. you know, I don't. So I don't feel like that's the scenario at all. I feel like it was. I don't know. We'll see where this goes because I already talked a lot about it already, about the whole Elon thing and how I felt this whole thing was for him to sell more cars. And I mean, it did make a lot of sense. I felt like it made a lot of sense what Trump said that, hey, you knew about the bill a while ago. I mean, we knew about the bill a while ago. The general ideas that were in the bill. So I'm, what's crazy? Was not even being in politics, like just regular folk. We had an idea, at least I had an idea what was already in the bill. That's what even Trump said. He's like, dude, this was in there. This was talked about months ago. We talked about this months ago. Why are you so shocked, dude? And I'm shocked that a lot of the senators and no, I'm sorry, not senators. It's in the Senate right now. A lot of Congress members were saying that they didn't know certain parts were in the bills, and I remember seeing reports like way in advance what was projected to be in the bill. So that's a little weird. That's just so weird. That's a weird thought. Let's see what else is going on in the news right now. I saw this thing. It was about AI in colleges, and they're saying that about 95% of college kids now are now using AI to do stuff. And what's funny is that when you get caught using AI, you get in lots of trouble, right? And then I saw the same-ish report saying that Harvard is trying to get their teachers to use more AI. So I'm kind of like, this is so silly. This is my thing about AI, and I've said this weeks or months ago now, or maybe even a year ago. I forget how long ago I said this. Where I said this is the future. Schools need to embrace it and get with the program because it's like the calculators came out and you're telling people not to use the calculator. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most ridiculous thing ever. Where like the schools are like, no, you gotta do it the old way. And it's like once you get out of school, it's like, okay, now everyone go back to using ChatGPT. Like it's the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, I do understand the purpose. The purpose of school is not the information. It's the journey to the information is the purpose of school. I totally understand that. But I guess we're in this weird point where schools need to catch up and figure out what they want to do and how they want to teach. Just like I'm pretty sure when the calculator first came out, everyone was like, "Oh no, you gotta do it the old way. You're not gonna have a calculator the whole time." Guess what? We all have supercomputers on our phone, on our bodies now, with these phones. I do have a calculator with me all the time, and the real world doesn't work like the way the schools are imagining it, right? Oh, you don't know this, dude? I have my phone all the time. Literally, you have ChatGPT with you all the time, and in the future, you're gonna look like a weird, like idiot, slow idiot if you don't know how to like use it to your advantage. Even the teachers are using it to grade your papers. So I find that part really funny, that kids are using it to do essays, and then if you get caught using it on your essay, you're gonna fail. So I feel like that's very silly. Or kids, if you're out there using ChatGPT to do your essays, at least take the time to just change it. Can you just read through it and change it just a little bit to make it seem like you wrote it? Is it so hard? Is that so hard? Maybe don't use the big words that ChatGPT put in there. I don't know. That's that. All right. See you guys later. I am roasting in the car right now. Bye.